Hi everybody, this is daily math number 9. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1 says Randy has completed the problem 8,360 divided by 44 and found that the answer is 19. Is he correct? Explain why you agree or disagree with his answer. So we're going to go ahead and solve this problem out and see if Randy is correct or not. So we are going to do 8,360 divided by 44. Okay, so now we ask ourselves, can 44 go into 83? Yes, it can. How many times? Well, it'll just go in once because 2 of those 44s would be too big. It would give us more than 83. So 1 times 44 is 44. And then we're going to go ahead and subtract. I can't do 3 minus 4, so I'm going to come over here and borrow from this 8, and this will turn into 13. 13 minus 4 should give us, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. And then 7 minus 4 should give us 3. Okay, now can 44 fit into 39? No, it cannot. So we're going to bring down this 6 here. Okay, so now we have to ask ourselves, how many times can 44 go into 396, which can be a little bit daunting. But we can kind of think of 44 as really close to 50, right? We can kind of estimate. So if we think of it like 50, then it would be 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, and then the 8th would be like 400, which is kind of what we're trying to get to here. So I might try multiplying 44 by 8, or even multiplying 44 by 9, since we were kind of underestimating. So I'm going to try 44 multiplied by 9, okay? So when I go to multiply that, 9 times 4 is 36, so we write the 6 and carry that 3. 9 times 4 is 36 again, 37, 38, 39. And would you look at that? That is exactly what we wanted. Super cool. So we're going to say that 44 goes into 396 9 times. 9 times 44 is 396. We subtract, we get 0, and then we're done. Wait a second. No, we're not. We're not done. We have this 0 over here that we have to drag down. We know when we've got 2 zeros down there, we have to put 1 up here. So Randy said the answer was 19. He made that first mistake that we made. Randy is actually incorrect. And we know he's incorrect because he forgot to include the 0 in 8,360. He really just did 44 divided by 836, which is way different than 44 divided by 8,360, right? So we know the answer should be 190, not 19. So he's incorrect. All right, looking at this next one here, it says Jill and Frank needed to find the answer to 25 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 5. Jill multiplied 25 by 4 first to get 100, and then multiplied 100 by 5. Frank multiplied 4 by 5 first to get 20, and then multiplied 25 by 20. Both of these work, they just did them in a different order. So it says, what property says that they will get the same answer? Explain what this property means. That's a really important part here. So the associative property is the one that is going to explain what is going on in this scenario that we have. And it's the associative property, and I'm actually going to write of multiplication in this case. I want to be specific. Multiplication. All right. And the way I remember associative property is it's all about who the numbers associate with or who they group with, right? So in this case, Jill grouped 25 and 4 first. And so like people you associate with are your friends, right? And so it doesn't matter like if you say like, okay, Jimmy is gonna hang out with Philip, and Philip is going to hang out with Deborah. Jimmy, Philip, and Deborah are all going to still be hanging out, if that makes sense. So The associative property of multiplication states that the grouping of the numbers can change, but the answer will still stay the same. So we're going to go ahead and explain that. We'll say the grouping or order of the numbers can change, but the answer, and I'm going to actually call this the product because it's a multiplication one, will stay the same. Okay, so that is the associative property explained there. For example, you can do 2 times 4 times 3, or you can do 3 times 2 times 4, and you're still going to get that same answer. Okay, alrighty. Looking at this last one, it says estimate using compatible numbers 628 divided by 71. So I'm actually going to change these numbers like it says to estimate, and I'm going to change 628 to 630, and I'm going to divide it by 70 rather than 71. The reason why I did this is because these numbers work really nicely together. When you go to do 630 divided by 70, you have to ask yourself, okay, you can kind of remove these zeros, right, and look at it like this and say, how many times does 7 go into 63? It's going to be 9, right? So the answer to this question here is 9, and that creates like a really nice, easy setup for you. So there we go. Our answer that we got here was approximately 9. So I'm going to add in the approximately sign, say approximately 9. All right, that's it for today's daily math. I'll talk to you guys soon. Love and miss all of you.